Yeah, this course is just giving me an opportunity to explore those kind of questions about, what is conflict? Where does it start, and when can we start to approach it? Do we have to wait till somebody's in a fist fight before we do something, or is it about trying to figure out what are the barriers, where are the barriers, how do we get over those barriers, how do we start conversations now?
Conflict is a human condition. We can't stop it happening, but it's what we do with it that counts. This Go Deeper option will introduce you to a range of tools that you can use to approach community tensions in your area, while supporting local people to find their own solutions to the problems that you encounter.
Just that it's been a very enjoyable opportunity taking part in the course, learning from other people, listening to new perspectives on how conflict transformation can actually occur in different communities.
There's been a whole raft of things, ideas kind of thrown at us during the course. It's been a very well-paced course, so it's kind of inspired me, and inspired me by around some really great people who've kind of challenged me, a really diverse group of students, and a really good facilitator in the course.
I have used it in my work actually, yes.
In this Go Deeper option, we will provide you with hands-on conflict management tools which will help you respond positively to some of the tricky relationships and community conflicts you encounter in your role as a community organiser. This combination of theory and practice will provide methods to unpick the views and contradictions you'll encounter in your daily listening practice.
What I find in my work is that there are lots of different communities and cultures and groups within the area that I work, but everybody is very separate, it's very fragmented, and this idea that there are strategies and methods and ideas that we can use to try to pull things together to make a whole picture seems very relevant to what I'm actually trying to do every day.
To resolve different issues in relation to conflict in the community, I'm hoping to study as part of the work that I'm doing, to do a reflective piece and explore a more deeper case study in relation to people who perceive that they feel as though their community is actually getting left behind in terms of a lack of resources in comparison with other communities. So I'm trying to explore that on a deeper level and do some research around that.
In a kind of work situation, I'm kind of working in an area in Leeds, which is kind of quite a white area, and I'm kind of coming across lots of conflict situations with different communities. So I'm actually looking at the way that I can transform conflict from between kind of communities there on the ground.
I recognise, having lived in my community for over 20 years and volunteering and using the services, that there's kind of what I call quote conflict in the community, and I thought it would be useful to come and do this course. Maybe we can learn tools of engagement that will work for me and maybe work for my community.
One of the particular ideas that I would like to explore on a much more deeper level is using conflict mapping with different community groups to actually get them to explore more deeply some of the thoughts and feelings that they have towards the conflict affecting them in the community, because I think once you get some of these ideas down actually on paper, people can begin to unpack them a little bit more, make sense of what is really going on beneath the surface.
I feel like that's what I found in my job. What I see is barriers. I'm not seeing outright conflict, but I am seeing what I felt this morning about how do I approach this group, or I don't know what that group is or what they think or what they believe, so I better stay here in mine.
I mean, just the last couple of days we've been covering the idea of people's culture and identity and things that are below the surface that influence and kind of shape where I'm coming from, where we're coming from, to do with values and kind of social constructs. And I think actually unravelling some of that's been really helpful to be able to kind of map out where the assumptions are and some of the social norms.
I brought a case study which is, again, it's not conflict, it's between groups, so it's about the views that different groups have of each other.
And actually the idea of power and actually where it resides within individuals and in communities. We've done a lot of work around that, and actually bringing out some of the aspects of vulnerability in the individuals and where people feel comfortable revealing things about themselves and about their expectations of situations. I mean, in terms of conflict, I mean, I'm interested in the idea about conflict being a simmering undercurrent, really, with occasional peaks and troughs.
It's fantastic putting down on paper because you can actually see what's missing instead of it's just in your head and you don't really notice maybe what's missing. So the mapping has been incredibly useful.
Until this morning, I just said that I've probably been very complicated with the way I was thinking. I was attaching less importance to things that are quite important. I think hearing what other people are saying in all parts of England is actually made you aware that these issues are actually quite real, and coming together to learn about things and how to maybe use it in use the models and things that we've learned in our community is going to be quite useful.
This course is helping me to feel more confident.
Yeah, it's been a great time to be involved in some learning. A really kind of key time of my kind of career, I think.
And since I've been on the course, I've realised that I actually made the right choice. So it's brilliant.